Very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us here for this interesting clash between Sudan and Morocco. It's FIFA World Cup qualifying for Qatar 2022. And we are here at the Complex Sportif Prince Moulay Hassan, which of course is the Crown Prince of Morocco. And this is a battle between two nations in Group I who are looking to try and get some points. The fact is that Morocco have already qualified. They have a 100% record. They have been in scintillating form throughout qualification with 4 wins and from 4 matches played. Sudan at the bottom, they played a game less, so they can leapfrog Guinea and join Guinea-Bissau on 5 points if they can upset Morocco in their own backyard. Well, we're here we're at the capital of Morocco, and round 5, so we've got 2 more rounds of action in qualifying before we see all of the teams that qualify from this format. So the format goes like this. There were 10 groups, and there still are, of course, 10 groups of 4 teams. And only the top team will qualify for the 3rd qualifying round. We already have 3 nations, 3 teams that have actually qualified already. Senegal, they've been joined by Morocco and, of course, Mali, who just recently qualified. And so 3 teams. We're still waiting for 7 other nations to qualify. And going into match day 4 and 5. So tonight, well, Sudan, they don't have a chance of qualifying. They will also use this match and their final clash to complete this qualifying campaign as a warm-up for the FIFA Arab Cup, which kicks off next month. So it's still important for them to play some good football, come out and throw everything at this very strong Moroccan team. So penultimate round of qualifying or not, even if you can't get yourself a place in the next round to try and qualify for Qatar 2022, it doesn't matter. There's still a lot to play for. There's still a lot of football to be played just in preparation for other competitions. Then, of course, we've got the African Cup of Nations, which will take place in Cameroon just at the start of the year in January and February. So there's a lot of African football taking place. And, of course, hopefully the best of the action will be taking place here tonight at this wonderful stadium, which is the capital. And it comes on a day where Asfar, which is the women's Moroccan team from Rabat, have just qualified for the semi-finals of the inaugural Women's African Champions League, which kicked off just less than a week ago, which is taking place in Cairo. So lots to celebrate in Morocco so far. The national men's team qualifying for the 3rd round. Of course, they qualified for the Arab Cup as well next month, and the Africa Cup of Nations, and now we have the women's team from this city who've also qualified for the semi-finals of the African Champions League. So let's take a look at Morocco and what they've actually achieved. 12 points from 4 wins. Absolutely incredible. The football that they've been playing has been top-notch. You've got to just take a look at how they've managed to beat their opponents. They started off with a 2-0 win on match day 1 against Sudan. Comfortable victory. Then they crushed Guinea-Bissau 5-0 with the likes of Hakimi and Louza and El Kabi and Munir scoring the goals. A 3-0 victory over Guinea-Bissau on match day 3, the reverse fixture, if you like, with El Kabi scoring a brace. And Barkok also grabbing a goal in that comfortable 3-0 win. And then a 4-1 victory over Guinea with Amala scoring a brace there, Boufal and El Kabi conceding their first goal in the 4 matches that they've played. So obviously didn't go down too well with their coach Vahid Halilhodžić, the Bosnian, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's all about qualifying and getting yourself into the next stage of the competition, and that's exactly what they've managed to do. 2 more matches for these 2 nations. So, of course, after this clash, we will have another one, which will be between Morocco and Guinea to wrap up the the qualifying, although Morocco, of course, know that they have an unassailable lead. They're already through, and but they're still fielding a very strong team, which we'll look at a little bit later on. It's going to be interesting to see how Sudan enter these last two clashes that they're going to be playing, because they too, as I mentioned, will be very eager to get themselves some strong performances to prepare themselves well for the Arrow Cup, and they'll come up against the likes of Algeria and Egypt and Lebanon. So some very interesting football to take place next month for Sudan. And coming up against Morocco will be a great match and a great opportunity for them to show us what they're capable of doing against one of the top teams. Lost 2-0 in the first leg, the first match, of course. Now match day 1. Now they're coming into this Group I encounter, match day 5, looking to try and upset the team that have already qualified. It won't damage their chances, but it will hurt the Atlas Lions if they don't beat the team who are at the bottom of the table. Now, Sudan have actually been playing some really, really good football, and they've kind of found their feet to a certain in a certain way, because they knocked out South Africa to qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations, and returning for the first time since 1976. Just to give you an idea of how things are working, and they're starting to feel confident. One of the original founders of African football back in 1957, of course, with Egypt and Ethiopia. There is the coach Vahid Halilhodzic, with a fine pick of quality players to choose from, to bring out, as he has a little chat with Hakimi, the Paris Saint-Germain connection. And players looking very, very comfortable as they get ready to come out and play this clash against Sudan. Well, the Falcons of Jedian, as I said, playing some good football, and even qualifying and getting themselves into the Arab Cup after beating Libya 1-0, and the coach Hubert Valud, who's the man in charge today. Yeah, it's a great scenario for them, and they'll be very, very happy. The return to Africa Cup of Nations, it was a 9-year absence, in fact, but still, I think you can just look that, you know, something's going right, and they're working really well together. They've got a good group of players, and despite the fact that it's complicated to play their matches at home due to the instability back home in Sudan, they're still showing us what they're capable of doing. And I think that although they've got just 2 points from Group I, they are playing some football that will provide a lot of people watching with plenty of entertainment, and that's what we're after tonight. Sudan up against Morocco here tonight in Rabat, and hopefully we'll get some goals, but hopefully we won't have a one-sided affair. We'll have an interesting battle between these two nations as we go into match day 5. Morocco qualified for the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia, and then back in 98, 94, 86. Very keen to push on forward and qualify for Qatar 2022. Already into the third round. It'll be home and away clashes that'll be taking place between the 10 nations after a draw that's made in
لتحية العلم المغربي. Veuillez vous lever pour saluer l'hymne national du Maroc.
Time for the two anthems.
والآن تحية العلم السوداني. Et maintenant l'hymne national du Soudan.
Only moments away from kickoff. Let's take a look at the Sudan team coached by Hubert Velud. Faris at left back, strong player, plays for Al Hilal. Al Noor, the goalkeeper. Majub, Saleh Eldin, Amir Walid, Nasr Eldin. Ramadan, the captain, celebrating his 50th cap today. Scored 7 goals. The Al Merrek player, Abdelrahman and Saif Terry, the two forwards who will be looking to pinch some goals out here against Morocco, while Eldin positioned on the right-hand side. Kenya's Peter Waweru and his officials from the same country in charge of tonight's encounter. Roman Sess, the captain, Wolverhampton Wanderers player. And with Nasr Eldin, who's the captain tonight, in fact, ahead of Ramadan. Let's have a look at the Moroccan team. With Yassine Abounou, the goalkeeper, tonight, Messina, Watford right back, Sess and Agued, Boufal, Amrabat of Fiorentina, Alouza, the Watford midfielder, with Hakimi on the right-hand side, El Haddadi of Sevilla, 6 goals in 13 games and looking very strong, with Ryan May, who now plays for Ferencváros in Hungary, and Barkok on the left-hand side. Hubert Velud trying to work his magic. It's not going to happen this time, but, well, 2026 is not far away, is it? He has got the Arab Cup and the Africa Cup of Nations to look forward to. So, as I said, lots of football to relish and preparations to organise. Here we go then for this Group I encounter. Sudan up against Morocco. It's match day 5, African qualifying for World Cup in Qatar 2022. With plenty of pressure on the Sudan defence. Just so you can't take your eye off the ball for a single second. Nasr Eldin, the Al Hilal man, under a lot of pressure there. He's actually on loan at Al Hilal El Obeid. Messina unable to get the ball back to Amrabat. Picked up by Abdelrahman. Quality player, Abdelrahman, the Al Hilal Omdurman player with 18 matches in his pocket and 13 goals scored. There he is, putting plenty of pressure on Agued at the back. Very composed at the back, aren't they, Morocco? They don't get flustered. With Louza coming to make the pass. Amrabat will be a key player in the midfield. He's just he's a workhorse who will be taking the pass and moving into space and just creating all sorts of issues for Sudan. It's a good ball over to the left-hand side. And this has been picked up, good opportunity. The cross goes way over the other side of the penalty box, and Faris, who's very physical, does well to deal with that. think he was going to kick the ball out into out of play for a second, just because he saw that there was a little bit of a knock, and he was maybe an arm that was flying marginally on Hakimi. Perfectly cut out by Majoub. Tries to find Abdelrahman Amrabat. Just intercepts, and a good opportunity here for Morocco. Morocco, oh, it's so quick. The goal has gone in, and Ryan Mamey has found the back of the net as early as, what, the second or third minute. Quite extraordinary. Ripping apart the Sudan defensive line. And it's just looking quite easy for them with that opening score. Morocco, goal number 15 in qualifying. Just have a look at Amrabat's there. And there was the through ball, absolutely spot on. Goes between three Sudan defenders, slotting it into the corner. Cuts in front of Faris. And then underneath the goalkeeper, Al Noor, to make it 1-0 for Morocco. That's 6 matches played for Ryan Yassine Mamey, and his first goal scoring for his national team. Messina trying to sneak past the defender. Good work by Walid, but they've got the ball back. Messina. Hubert Veloud. Who is the man in charge, of course, former French goalkeeper. How many nations is he? How many teams has he coached over the years? Vahid Halilhodzic, his opposite man, and another player who has come through the French system and played for quite a few teams, but also coached them in France. He's of course spent a couple of seasons playing at Paris Saint-Germain, but it's at Nantes that he really made his mark, playing for the Canaries in the 80s. Well, he is the danger man, Saif Terry. There he is, just making contact with El Haddadi. Free kick for Morocco. Saif Terry with 9 goals scored in 13 matches played. He is incredibly complicated to mark and defend. Really good in the air. The ball just creeping out over the line to prevent the Sevilla player from going on a wander down that right flank. Born in Spain, El Haddadi. This time it goes the other way. Abdelrahman. Great acceleration, very good, good feet. And a major handful. Also, when you're on a one-on-one situation, there he is, Saif Terry, just picked up by the Kenyan linesman. And it's a very fine call. You can see his body positions looking across. Saw that he was on the wrong side of the last defender. Is Amrabat in the midfield, the 25-year-old, 25 caps played, just to get a great distribution. The ball comes back over, and there's another chance for a shot. Is this going in? It's been blocked on the first time. Shot coming in from Messina. And finally, Sudan get rid of the ball. But it hasn't gone too far. It's just been picked up by Agued. Actually, grew up playing in the stadium, played for FUS Rabat before heading to France. Here's Amrabat. And his laser-like passing, this time it goes out to the right-hand side, good opportunity, and the ball comes across, but the decision-making not ideal on that occasion. Player in offside position, and it will be, and I think it's Hakimi, it will be a free kick for Sudan. Replay. Just checking to see if the ball was handled in the penalty box by the Sudan defender, Saleh Eldin. Didn't look like it was the case. Dispossessed just in, that's a very good ball, it's a good opportunity. Abdelrahman just unable to drag that ball and take it through and continue his pursuit to test the goalkeeper. Yassine, they get the ball back. Abdelrahman's shot, well, it was a rocket shot, it really was, but it was just a little bit too high. A great opportunity, quick thinking, and that's what you like about this man and Sudan, because they, as I said, they've come on leaps and bounds over the past 10 years. Look at that shot. That was electrifyingly good, just a little bit too high. And we're back and wide to Sace. They pinch the ball again. That's another good ball to Abdelrahman. He's got a bit of support. Can he pull it across? He pulls it across the shot, and it's a good stop from the goalkeeper, Yassine Bounou. And finally, they get rid of the danger, but they've got to be careful. They get the ball back once again. There's the shot. This time it's tame, and it's not a problem for Bounou from that shot from Safe Terry. Safe Terry. The reason why he's called Terry is because he's named. His nickname is linked to a certain Thierry Henry. Saif El-Din, his official name. Malik back at Saif El-Din. As I said, wonderful player with in the air, but also very quick, very sharp, and good control as well. Long ball. Well, that's a little bit slack. That is Abdelrahman getting the ball out to Safe Terry. Safe Terry. Is he going to take on his man? Well, he just leaves the ball behind. Abdelrahman's there. He's just made a poor pass. He saw his teammate coming in that direction, but it was just, he wasn't close enough, Wale Eldin. And he gives the ball to the Moroccan midfield. Not ideal. Hamrabat getting the ball back to Agued. Mame Anouambebe is the scorer of the first goal tonight here in Rabat at the Complex Sportif Prince Moulay. In fact, the Crown Prince, Prince Moulay Hassan, was at the African Nations Championship in 2018, which took place in Morocco. Coming down to make a speech just before the final. Morocco winning every single match that they played, staying in Casablanca. That's nearly a very fine through ball to Hakimi. And the Paris Saint-Germain player gets the ball back. They're working well. That's a good work there again from Ryan Mame. Amrabat unable to control. Out wide, he's got Louza, who is born in Nantes, now playing for Watford, a France under-20s player. 22 years of age. Amrabat again, just this time picking out Louza again. Lost the ball into the penalty box. It's been teed up. There's still a good chance for a shot. And finally it's blocked. Faris getting in the way, and that's been picked up nice and slickly there. And it's Save Terry, who nearly falls to the ground. Amrabat been given a word or two by Peter Waweru of Kenya. The referee saw that there was a little bit of a mischievous behavior. That was the chest down. Looked like it come off the arm. Yeah, it's right up in there, in the shoulder, isn't it? Shoulder, upper arm area for Ryan Mamey. Watched on by Hubert Velud.
Come on! Come on!
Yassine Bounou, the goalkeeper, also plays for Sevilla, like El Harari. 34 caps now playing for Morocco for the Atlas Lions. They got a nice Zaniti on the bench, Tanouti as well. As Mamey goes on a bit of a wander, realizes that that was going to go out, kicks the ball out for a throw-in. It will be Sudan who get possession.
Bogba.
Interesting character. Now, he's 69 years of age, but the number of teams that he's actually coached, he started off coaching Raja Beauvais back in just outside of Paris, just in the north of Paris, of course, where there's that airport, Raja Casablanca, Lille, Rennes, Paris Saint-Germain in 2003, Trabzon Sport, and then Al Ittihad in Saudi Arabia. That was nearly a good through ball.
Adam, stop. Go.
Here they go, just down the right-hand side. Marco picked up. And taken forward, El Haddadi waits for a little bit of support. Squared to Amrabat. Nice little short passes, but also the long probing passes from Amrabat. He's got a full set of passing ability. El Haddadi down on the ground. And the chance comes to nothing finally as goalkeeper Al-Noor comes out and just smothers it perfectly. Well, yeah, that's a bit of an error there. Now let's just have a look at the situation, because he's going to get a yellow card for that. Logically. Yassine Bounou. And they're under a little bit of pressure here, as you can see. 15 minutes in. Let's just have a look at this again. There you go. It's the. I don't know if he tried to hide his hands at that point, but you can obviously see that he didn't get away with it. So this means that the pass back, of course, handled, and Yassine Bounou picks up the yellow card, but it means that Sudan have a good scoring opportunity, and I'm just wondering what they're going to try and do here. How are they going to get through this wall? And there's no one lying on the ground, of course. Abdelrahman watches on. You can see Safe Terry. These are the two players who are logically going to try and work out how to find the back of the net. It's taken quickly. There it is. Oh, it's a shot. It's just blocked and cleared off the line. Good effort. Ball comes back over. It's been kicked away before it gets anywhere near any Sudanese players. And finally, they're a little bit lucky on that occasion. Obviously realized that the pass back these days is a little bit different than what it was before, so you have to be careful. And Yassine Bounou picking up the yellow card. Amrabat, and they live to breathe for the moment. And Faris unable to thread his pass through to his teammate out on the left-hand side, Ramadan. Good work by Nasser El-Din, 36 years of age now, oldest player in this Sudan team. It's a great ball over to the right-hand side. Now, what can they do? Pushing forward. What options do they have? It's cut inside. Ouali El-Din this time. All of the Moroccan players back behind the ball, besides Ryan Mamey. Danger momentarily curtailed by Morocco. Just moving as a solid structure, a big, not a big block, but just covering the gaps in the midfield. Well organised at the moment. And that will be a free kick with Messina committing the foul. There is a chance, there's a good chance as well, but you can see that, say, Terry couldn't do anything with that. Too much congestion, a little bit too much traffic there, just in the penalty box for him to turn and get his strike in and really do anything. Abdelrahman, oh, it's the flag that went up for offside, in fact. Abdelrahman just trying to toe poke that ball through. They link up so well. Also got to keep an eye on the last defender. Primordial. That's gone a little bit too far, I think. It's easy. Claims that he was held back, Abdelrahman. Back to Amir.
That's too much what you're doing over there. Good.
It's just kicked off his teammates and goes out for a throw-in. A little bit of contact from Roman Sess on Abdelrahman. Just falls underneath the radar. 20 minutes in, we got a goal, and it came in the 3rd minute from Ryan Mamey. Taken quickly. They're just moving and shifting very swiftly, which is a good thing. Ouali El-Din getting the ball. Moving and passing the ball around. They try and construct from the back. Taken quickly, just thrown out to Messina. It's a good ball, and that's well cut out. there was nothing in that. It was just a player that went down. So that was actually a good gesture, I think, that they actually stopped. No. Or did Hakimi have any kind of a contact? Don't think so. That was the pass through, and that was the goal. Amrabat just slipping the ball right between the defenders. It rolled beautifully, and a fine, slick finish there from Ryan Mamey. Plays his football in Budapest, Hungary, for Ferencváros. Well, after their 2-0 loss against Morocco in their opening clash at this very stadium at the start of September on match day 1, they lost 4-2 against Guinea-Bissau. Abdelrahman scoring a brace there in the second half, but the damage had already been done with 3 first-half goals scored by Guinea-Bissau. At that point, we thought Guinea-Bissau were really going to come on strong. It wasn't the case. They got a 5-0 drubbing by Morocco on match day 3. Sudan playing at a 1-0 draw with Guinea. It was a good match with Save Terry scoring the equaliser in the 72nd minute. And then well, the last round, it was Guinea 2, Sudan 2. Once again, some great football with a late equaliser from Kamal in Agadir to make it, give them their 2nd point. So 2 losses and 2 draws. The outstretched leg. And then afterwards, just collapsing, holding his right leg. I don't know what the extent of his injury is, but his athleticism, he's such a great physical presence that he really is a player that you need on the pitch. He's just shaking himself off a bit. Hope he's going to come back on, because without him, Abdelrahman might be a little bit lonely up front. 2 different kinds of forward and striker. They really work well together. But if you don't have your partner in crime up front, it can be a very lonely place. And I think they work off each other quite well. They're always looking for each other. They can kind of see where they're playing and where they are on the pitch, and that's really something that you just can't buy. It comes through experience and playing time together. Those 2 have it. Sudan up against Guinea-Bissau for their final clash in Marrakesh. Playing all their matches in Morocco. And of course, initially it was because of the stadiums didn't tick all of the boxes in terms of health and safety after FIFA and CAF inspections. Wasted ball. It's going to be a throw-in for Sudan. 25 minutes in to this Group I battle here. Morocco already qualified, one of 3 teams that have qualified, 7 more. Algeria moving closer to qualification. There's a lot of football that's taking place at the moment in this in this part of the world. And then some interesting football that will be played. And of course, we've got the final round of action from Group A, with Algeria, Burkina Faso going head-to-head for that final clash on Tuesday, because their last round of matches earlier today finished Burkina Faso 1, Niger 1. Djibouti lost 4-0. Algeria again dominant, as we see Morocco trying to find a way and trying to get themselves a bit of space. Abdelrahman makes the ball available. It's been picked up by Atir, gets bundled to the ground, and it'll be a free kick. Amrabat once again just slowing things down in a way that he knows best. There it is, little shove in the back. That's all it needs for the counter-attack to come to a close. So Algeria, Burkina Faso in Blida on Tuesday night should be an absolute classic of an encounter. It's all or nothing for Burkina Faso. Algeria just need a point, of course. If they lose against the Stallions of Burkina Faso, well then it will be a major upset. Of course, the defending Africa Cup of Nations winners from Egypt in 2019. It's a good through ball that was just cut out. Otherwise, that would have been a perfect scoring opportunity. Faris over on that left-hand side, the Al Hilal player, 27 years of age, born in Wow, with playing his 43rd match for Falcons of Jerian. Ball falls to Walid. It's nicely done, good slick passing. And calmly, coolly, just oh, there's a player down, and I think that's the reason, yeah, over on that far side. Now, if that's safe, Terry, that really is a headache for Hubert Velud. And he will just get a bit concerned because it looks like it is. He's come back onto the pitch, but I think it's the yeah, he's in a lot of pain. This is not working, is it, for him? And it's the back of the right leg, I think. After that outstretched, look at that. That's muscular. He went down and, yeah, he's holding. That was the moment he went down, and I think it looks like it's game over. He's in excruciating pain. You can see that, it's visible. It looks like it's game over for the very talented forward, which is a real shame. Well, unless the medics can do some magic, I think they may need to bring on someone else. You can see Velud's watching from this side. And he's a player that they really want to have at the Arab Cup. I mean, if you're coming up against the likes of Algeria, they're on such a 24-match unbeaten run, something like that. Quite extraordinary. They are one of the top teams. And, of course, Egypt, who are on the cusp of qualifying for round 3 of this World Cup qualifying campaign. Lebanon, not as strong. Look, he's on his feet, and I think that he doesn't want to throw the towel in. Just get the impression that he's trying to. Well, that was the ball that came off the hand with Ryan Mame going down. 30 minutes gone, you can see that there is going to be a change. It's logical. You can't bring him back on. And it's Adem Mohamed Ahmed who's going to come on to replace Safe Terry. Free kick for Morocco as they go in search of goal number 2. Good defensive play, good strong defensive marking. Well, deflection, and that's got to be for the goalkeeper, who smothers that, Al Noor. Talked about Group A, Group B. Well, that's going to the wire as well. Very important clash between Equatorial Guinea and Tunisia on tomorrow. Zambia playing Mauritania, and then Tunisia against Zambia, Mauritania against Equatorial Guinea. It should be decided tomorrow, because if Tunisia beat Equatorial Guinea, they will qualify. If it's Equatorial Guinea who win the match, then, well, there's something else that's going to happen. Ryan Mame, and that's a push in the back of the defender. And, well, you can see that Salah Eldin just goes down onto the ground, and it will be a free kick, which will be taken by Al Noor. Islam Slimani, 7 goals, can you imagine? And there is confirmation of save Terry going off and Ahmed coming on to replace him. Sudan, 1 goal down, but definitely in with a shout going into the final third of this first half. Long ball going over the top. There's a couple of moments where you just thought that they could potentially find the back of the net. Abdelrahman with a good strike that just went a little bit too high. Save Terry now missing. It's a little bit more complicated. Ahmed will have to step up and provide us with some good support play and work well with Abdelrahman to create some problems for this Moroccan defence. Not that easy. Look at this fast, it's slick football, but that final pass is lacking precision. Really nicely done, isn't it, at the back? That's how you want to do it. And Ahmed retrieving the ball with Faris outside of him. It's a bit of a wild pass, and you can't make mistakes like that. There's 3 against 2. Oh, that pass. It was as if he was trying to thread the ball over to his teammate, Mamey, but still, it just went back to the goalkeeper. Great opportunity. Boufal picking the ball up. Mamey unable to latch onto it properly. Amrabat with the header. Picked up on that far side. Here is the Fiorentina. He's the cog that makes this Morocco machine work. Agued, the Rennes Ligue 1 player. Went through played for Dijon and over on the eastern side of France as well. Here is Amrabat. Al Noor, nicely done. Picked up in the middle with Nasser Eldin. Ahmed getting involved. Here he is again, Nasser Eldin. 36-year-old, plenty of experience. Faris loves to go on a little run up the left side. He's not a natural wing back, but he most definitely is an interesting player, capable of finding pockets and racing up the flanks when there are opportunities. Against Morocco, you don't really want to spend too much time in your opponent's half because you know how quick the ball is swiftly moved up. Counter-attacking style, not even, it's just the way that they do play. Fast football, a little bit like the Tunisians as well. That North African style. Quick, slick passing. It's a good ball, it's a very good ball. It's been picked up by El Haddadi. El Haddadi goes to pick the ball up again, but it's smothered. Nicely taken and very heroically dived on by Al Noor, who gets back up onto his feet quite quickly. El Haddadi just understanding that it could have been quite nasty, but it wasn't. Just pulled out at the last second to prevent some kind of a head-on collision. Here's Faris. Mamey not giving the Sudan defense much time, much space to just organize themselves and get the ball out of their own half. That's nicely done. Good acceleration, but excellent stuff from Attia. He's got Abdelrahman over on the other side. A ball gets to him, and it's been teed up. Not a bad little touch as well from Abdelrahman. Ball comes over to the left-hand side this time, and picked up by Ahmed, the substitute. Is he going to go for a shot? No, he's going to find Faris. Faris pulls the ball back. Make sure you're in an onside position. Abdelrahman, it's neatly done. An opportunity for a shot. Well, no, it's comfortably volleyed away by Hakimi. And monitored by Saleh Eldin over on that far side. There's El Hadidi. Yeah, the flag stayed down, rightfully so. Walid. Very well organised with Roman Sess at the back. The Wolverhampton Wanderers defender, the centre-back, who's just making sure that the defensive line is in position. They're just coming up whenever he makes the call. Amrabat. Messina down the left-hand side if they want him. No, Faris sees that, spots it, picked up swiftly. Oh, they can... Abdelrahman just colliding with Seyss. Not taking any nonsense, the centre-back. 154 matches played for Wolverhampton Wanderers since he joined, since he came over from France in 2016. It's 5 years now playing in the West Midlands. Amrabat. Plenty of space in the middle. It's been picked up by Boufal. Boufal gets knocked off his feet. And the strong challenge from Faris catches the attention of the referee. Boufal on the deck. Looks up to the referee. And a chance for Morocco to try and double their lead, heading towards the half-time break. Well, it's from quite a way out, isn't it? I don't know who's going to hit this. It is Hakimi. Comes, well, the hands were used. And you can see that he's a little bit frustrated with that decision there. Nasser Eldin claims that the arms came out. Let's have a look at this again. The interpretation of what part of the body. Well, I think that we know that it came off the upper arm. Which part, it doesn't really matter. The free kick has been given. Halid Hodzic watches on. There he is. Played 15 matches for Yugoslavia back in the late 70s and early 80s. God, is one of the best Yugoslav players in that era. He's playing for Velez Mostar. Centre forward, 103 goals he scored, so that's literally one every 2 games. Oh, it is one every 2 games, with 1 game to spare for Velez Mostar. Let's see if there's going to be a goal from this. There it is. It's gone a little bit too high. It didn't come down, and well, that was a good chance for El Hadadi, but he's unable to keep it down. Spanish-born, I mean, perfect technique, but just struck a little bit too hard. That's going to be a free kick, logically. 3 minutes to go in the first half. And Sudan.
Listen to me. That's the same guy. That's the fourth time right now. Hey, yo, listen to me. That's the fourth time.
Look at Amrabat holding the hand and trying to hide it away from the referee. Oldest trick of the trade. Nicely done by Majoub. Faris over on the far side. Ryan Mame is the goal scorer here for this clash as Morocco go in search of 5 wins from 5. Here he is again, getting the ball out. Boufal leaves it, and that's neatly done. Is he going to be the ball lofted back over into the penalty box, but it's headed away quite comfortably there by Amir. Finally, it's cleared. Faris Abdelrahman comes back, and there's Faris down the left-hand side, racing upfield. Abdelrahman picking the ball up and tries to get the ball back to Faris, and no foul has been given. And you can see the frustration of the centre forward from Al Hilal Omdurman. Claims that he was bundled over. We'll see this from... Yeah, that was... not even bundled over, as a kick to the ankle from Roman Cess that didn't get the reaction from the referee. If you're a Sudanese player anyway. Here's Messina, the Watford defender. Nice slick football. It's gone a little bit too far for Boufal. And the Angers midfielder unable to latch onto that. Former Lille player, played for Southampton as well. 20 caps playing for Morocco now. Talented player, good skill set, good energy. Chases a lot, chases the loose balls, and he knows how to score a goal or two. Can't give the ball away like that, Amrabat. Here's Walid. Amrabat trying to win the ball back. Into the last minute we go, and here they go again with Hakimi trying to get the ball out. Here's Mame, the goal scorer. On the back, and then after 3 minutes after Amrabat just sliced open the Sudan defence with a through ball. That didn't see the reaction from the Falcons of Jedian. Minute of added time. Amrabat again, just finding a little bit of space, those short passes, just creating, putting his teammates in good position to push forward. On that occasion, I think that he's expecting a little bit too much from his teammates, who were a little slightly overcooked that as it went off for a goal kick. Velud, a bit frustrated that he's lost Safe Terry, the score of 9 goals in 13 matches for Sudan, as the referee brings an end to the first 45 minutes with the half-time scoreline at Sudan 0, Morocco 1. Ryan Mame with the only goal, scored in the 3rd minute. Sudan losing one of their top players, Safe Terry, to an injury. Morocco already qualified for the next round. Sudan trying to put up a good performance against the Atlas Lions. We'll take a break. Second half coming up in a few minutes' time. Looking forward to it. Hopefully Sudan can throw themselves into this clash and get a goal or two and give Morocco a good run for their money. We'll take a break and we'll be back in a few minutes' time.
والله اشتغلنا معاه واحد ضد واحد قدرنا عشان زاد نلعب له شغل الزلمه
Romain derrière. Romain. Sors.
الكاميرا تخرجوها من الوسط بلاش علينا فين كانت؟ لا نحيدها نحيدها ونخرجوا من تحت هذيك الكاوله حتى جات حشا بايش هنا ولا لا ما تحيدش ليه تحيد ليه حتى حاجه حيد لها الراس ديالها هذه الزفاف مشيت انا وراك تعرف حسن منه ازرق
Welcome back to the Complex Sportif Prince Moulay in Rabat, the capital of Morocco. Morocco up against Sudan. It's Group I. It's an African World Cup qualifying clash for Qatar 2022. And this time next year we'll be in full swing in Qatar for the first time a World Cup will be played in the Middle East. Very interesting and very exciting indeed. And well, Morocco still have a chance of qualifying, and well, Sudan, well, I'm afraid that their campaign has come to an end. They can't qualify for the third round, so they will play these last two matches and try and get themselves a couple of good positive results to try and finish in second spot as they prepare themselves for the FIFA Arab Cup, which will take place next month. They come up against Algeria, Egypt and Lebanon. For this man here, Vahid Halilhodžić, he knows that a 1-0 scoreline is not too bad, but they need to work on that. They need to continue to try and score the goals that will, well, just put them on 5 from 5. And that's totally feasible in the way that they've actually played already. Working really hard, but they've come up against the Falcons of Jedian, who are very focused and very keen to try and produce a stirring comeback and get themselves their first win. They've got 2 points from 2 draws, but they haven't managed to pick up victory as yet. So they've still got work to do in the second half if they want to try and get themselves a big victory. Well, a victory. It will be a big victory at the end of the day if they manage to beat Morocco. There's no doubt about it. But they've downed some of the big teams around Africa in the past. Who knows? Why can't they do it tonight against this man's Atlas Lions, who are looking pretty solid, to be honest with you. Now, talking about the different groups, we'll talk about the change first of all. And we have this man coming on, Mozamil Yazir, the 29-year-old. And here we go for the second half. There's Babakir who's gone off, and Mozamil coming on to replace him. There's the through ball and the attempted pass to split open the Sudan defence, like it happened in the first half. 3 minutes in, Amrabat there just in the midfield, just pushing the ball out wide to Agued, and his pass out wide to try and pick up Messina, cut out as Faris picks the ball up down in Sudanese territory. Good bit of running there from the left back. And Ahmed Rahman just getting knocked off his feet. So that will be a free kick, logically. And he's clutching his ankles from another challenge, another feisty challenge in the midfield. And you can see it's Roman Sess who... Well, no, sorry, it's Barkok who bundled him over. Morocco taking part in the FIFA Arab Cup as well. They come up against Saudi Arabia, Jordan and Palestine. They have decided to field an A team, which logically means the home-based players in Morocco. A little bit like the African Nations Championship, which they've won on the last 2 occasions, of course, back home on home soil, but also in Cameroon at the start of the year. Great opportunity. This is well-worked stuff. That's a little chip there that came through from Lauza, but it didn't really test Al Noor. France under-20s player. Barkok, a former Germany under-20s player. Plays for Eintracht Frankfurt. His 11th cap. His 11th cap playing for Morocco tonight. Working well through the middle before the ball comes out wide. It's been met there by Ahmed. Finally fired quite firmly back to the goalkeeper Al-Noor and out wide. Yeah, the same applies for Algeria. Algeria 18 with Egypt, Lebanon, Sudan. We'll have to see who gets picked. I think that we'll have to see who's available. Of course, we've got a lot of World Cup qualifying matches that all of the top players have been busy playing since the start of September. Of course, trying to fit in 6 rounds of action in the space of 3 months has been quite challenging. Of course, with COVID that got in the way. It was meant to take place earlier at the very start of the year, in April as well. March and April during the international window. It's a good through ball that is for Ryan Mamey. He's got Takimi. Makes himself available. That's a good ball into the middle. A good opportunity. El Haddadi. Once again, he has his shot just deflected back to Al-Noor. And taken upfield very quickly. That's nicely done. The ball does come back, and it's a chance, but he just couldn't control it very well, could he, Mouzamil? And Morocco, 2 against 2. El Haddadi. The touch, that final touch was precious to keep possession. Faris down to Ahmed. Ahmed, good long ball deep down towards Abdelrahman. Abdelrahman's got a chance. He has to get the ball across. He had 2 players just racing into the penalty box near the penalty spot, but he couldn't get his ball across. Otherwise, I think that would have been in the back of the net. All happened very quickly. Ball spinning. Maybe he should have produced a first time touch to get that ball over, rather than just push it forward, nudge it forward a little bit. Control just letting him down, Messina. Picked up by Nasser Al-Din. Back to the goalkeeper. Here they have a chance with Ahmed this time, trying to produce the through ball. It's all opened up. Can he get a shot in? He gets it over to the right-hand side. Oh, it's just gone onto the roof of the net. The shot comes in. Another bad effort from Mouzamil, but it's not on target. And unselfish play there by Hamid just to spread the ball out to the right-hand side. Here he is taking the ball. And a little bit of luck as he went on a little maneuver through the middle. And so unselfishly gets the ball out to the right-hand side, but Mouzamil's effort a little bit too high. Here's Amir, winner of 5 Sudan Premier League titles with Al Merrek, one of the top teams in Sudan, along with Al Hilal. Al Hilal Omdurman and also El Obeid. Nice slick football, the ball comes out, Messina down the left-hand side. What can he do? Tries to get past his man, gets knocked over, and it will be a free kick for Morocco. 27-year-old. Just brought down by Salah Eldin. And there's the effort there coming in. Good connection, but it's just not low enough. Needed to dip a bit more. Romancès coming up. And Boufal about to send the ball into the danger zone. Taken quickly down to the left-hand side. Boufal gets the ball across. It's been cleared. And there's Messina. Messina. The flag stays down. No, it doesn't. El Haddadi. Offside. Free kick it is for Sudan. Well, it's a good opportunity. Can he get there first? Oh, he gets nudged over. And that's going to be a goal kick. Very frustrating, that is, for Abdelrahman. And I think that there was a bit of contact there. Down on the ground, the referee wants him back up on his feet. He's very quick to react, the Kenyan referee, Mr. Waweru. A little bit lucky there. I think Morocco could have quite easily been a penalty. The referee has the last word, though. Maybe something else was happening. In any case, 10 minutes into the second half, Morocco still sitting on that 1-0 advantage. Amrabat. Sina. Change of flanks. And once again, another bit of contact from behind. Agued. Oh, sorry, it was Barkok with the contact. One goal to nil. Ryan Mame scoring that goal. Budapest-based forward. Plays for Ferencváros. Sudan looking for an equaliser. Messina just not allowing anybody to get past him. You can see that there's a little bit of frustration down that right side. The Wali Eldin. Nicely done. Here is Boufal just slipping the ball out to the left-hand side. Here's Messina. High ball coming over. And a chance for a shot on goal, but it's come to nothing. No one really went for it. Boufal. Romancès. Romancès fronting up to Abdelrahman. And the players asked to calm down. It's not the first time that he's been caught up. Of course, he was knocked to the ground, or he went down when he was following that ball down into the penalty area.
Why number 10?
Why number 10? Why?
Well, both players getting yellow cards, as you can understand. Abdelrahman getting a yellow card, and Khanem Sess also. Second yellow for Morocco, first yellow card for Sudan. Taken quickly by Hakimi. Amrabat. Over to Louza. Back to Messina. Agued, Amrabat in the middle. Nice lofted chip over to the right-hand side. Pick up Sess. And down into enemy territory it goes. Good strong play there by Amir. The Al Marek defender doing well. And that's a good ball upfield. Well, it's not to feet, but just to clear the danger, just get rid of it. You know, a good team knows how to start their attack from defense. Tidying things up is Boufal, Amrabat. Over towards Hakimi. A bit lucky. Deflection and a chance for Boufal. Boufal around the edge of the penalty box. Finally, it's a decent clearance coming in. Very important header. Strong defensive play coming in from the 22-year-old Watford midfielder, Louza. Born in Canary Land, in Nantes, Loire-Atlantique, former capital of Brittany, and a twin town of Cardiff. There you go. That's your information, fact of the day. Here's Abdelrahman getting the ball out. It's just teed up and passed back to Ali Eldin. The through ball comes to nothing. Hakimi gets in the way. It's a good defensive header. Here is Boufal, waits for support. Nicely done. Morocco looking comfortable when they're pushing forward. If they make the right passes, of course, it looks so nice. There's Barkok. Now wide to Hakimi, Paris Saint-Germain player. And a bit of space. Now that through ball. Going to get the pass back, surely in the back of the net. It squirms underneath the goalkeeper, and it has been finished. It is goal number 2 for Morocco. The follow-up there from Ryan Mamey as he scores his brace, hitting the deck inside of the goal. And a second goal for the Ferencváros player as Vahid Halilhodzic, his men, take a 2-0 lead. Now let's just have a look at this again. Here is Boufal. He sees El Haddadi. Just turns, gets the ball to Mamey, but the follow-up was fantastic, despite the fact that the goalkeeper, Al Noor, did exceptionally well to just slow it down. But he was too quick and got in there to beat Saleh Eldin to the ball, to stab it home to make it 2-0. A bit of the magic spray and he's back in business. Well, there it is, the goal in the 3rd minute, and following up with his brace in the 62nd, and there it is. Born in Belgium, of course, the 25-year-old. Started playing for Ghent and then Standard Liège as a youngster. Faris at the back, tidying things up. Here he is, the Al Hilal player. big strides to get himself out of the penalty box, holding off the ball. There he is. Nice little touch there from Halilhodžić.
Look at him. Why are you talking? 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 You can give him a... You're talking so much.
Had a chance to play for Cameroon as well, didn't he, Sami Mamé? Oh, that's nearly a good through ball to El Haddadi. Picked up, great chance. Now they get a shot, but the shot comes in, but it's a very highly skied effort there that really is miles off target to really give Yassine Bounou a scare at the back. Dia Majoub responsible for that shot. And of course, with lots of players, with Morocco already qualified coming into match day 5, of course they didn't have to pick lots of their players. So when you look at some of the players that they've got, it's not important to have them here for this clash. Sometimes it's good to get them together, but I suppose you want to just some of the clubs. They'd rather not release the players, so afterwards it's got to be club country agreement. It's a free kick for Morocco with Hakimi knocked off his feet there by Taman Ahmed. Replacement for Saif Teddy. Players I'm talking about are, of course, Hakim Ziyech, the Chelsea forward, and Tarabt of Benfica, Abdul Harawi, amongst others. Here is the free kick, the resulting free kick. Luzarek, there's a connection there with Boufal, and that's gone out. It looks like it's going to be a corner, indicated by the referee from Kenya, Mr. Waweru. Taken quickly. Here is Luza. Oh, that's perfectly delivered, but the header goes wide. That should have been absolutely driven and smashed in with that glancing header from Saiz. He's racing back to get himself back into position. Amrabat makes the challenge. It's a nice touch. Abdelrahman. It's Mamé again. There are Moroccans racing up into the danger zone. High ball over the top. Neatly done. Here is Luza. Sorry, Hakimi. Hakimi on the right-hand side. He's going to take on his man. Yeah, I don't know what that was all about, but it came to nothing. Oh, he's picked that ball back up again, hasn't he, Boufal? And finally, the Angers player dispossessed. Good chance this is for Ayoub El Kabi to come on. Knows how to score a goal or two. 4 already. And looking to increase that tally. Here is Boufal's corner on the right-hand side, halfway through the second half. The delivery comes in. There's another chance at a header. Boufal. Loses shot. A tame effort. A grass cutter. And quickly they try and get the ball up into enemy territory. Amrabat, a little bit of pressure. Pass back to the goalkeeper. And it's picked up by Hakimi. Nicely done. Smooth operation, El Haddadi. They pinched the ball back, Sudan. Chance for them to try and get a goal back. Ahmed, and they will pick out the centre forward. Faris comes racing in. And the free kick goes against Sudan. You can see that Saïs knows how to throw himself into the challenges. Well, that was the bullet header that came in from Saïs. Fraction off target. Otherwise, it would have been perfect header from across. Amrabat. And El-Kabi is about to come on. Here they go, pushing forward. Sudan. Nearly found his way past the defender. Hakimi, so slick. Squares the ball to Amrabat. Moves forward. They got players moving in the right direction. Here is Boufal. He's got Hakimi to the right side. No one's going anywhere towards him. What can they do? He runs into a player. It's going to be a free kick just on the edge of the penalty box. And they can't go and react like that. That's not the right way to react to the officials. And it will be a yellow card. Well, he's picking up a yellow card. Salah held in. Boufal knocked to the ground by Amir. "20 minutes to go. Morocco 2-0 up against Sudan, with changes on the horizon, as you can see. Looks like Ayoub El-Kabi is going to come on, the Hatay Sport player. And there is confirmation. Replaced by Ryan Mamez coming off. Score of those 2 goals. Perfect operation, 2 goals. His first international goals scored here in Rabat. Perfect operation. Ayoub El-Kabi comes on, and he knows also how to score goals. Born in Casablanca, just down the road. This will be his 25th match playing for the Atlas Lions. 15 goals scored. You may remember him playing for Wydad Casablanca. Morocco going for goal number 3. Loser's shot comes off the wall. Picked up. Hakimi down the left-hand side. Chance. Boufal. Another block. Goalkeeper reacted, thought it was coming his way. Defenders did their job properly. Ahmed. Faris. Nasreddin, the veteran, trying to pick out a teammate in the middle of the field, in the middle of the pitch, but Moroccans moving into position. Now they've got possession. Wali El-Din over to the right-hand side. And Sudan, the Falcons of Jan, looking to try and get themselves a goal. A goal now would be the perfect time for them to react. That's a wonderful turn. That is neatly done. Excellent play there, I must admit, from Nasr El-Din. Finally just losing possession over on that far side. It looks like we have another change. And it's Sudan this time who are making a change. So it's Nasr El-Din who's going to come off, and he will be replaced by this man here, Mohamed Hashim Mohamed. Attacking midfielder who will provide us with fresh legs, plenty of energy. Giving the ball back, and not to the right person here either. Here's Hakimi, the Paris Saint-Germain. Oh my word, that was so close. Excellent work down the right-hand side. You can see what he brings to this team. The acceleration of Boufal is exceptional. On that occasion, couldn't drive one in from the right-hand side. They win the corner. And Boufal will take it. Here's the delivery. Perfectly dropped in, and a chance, but there was a foul on the referee, on the goalkeeper, and they'll get possession back, and they're quite keen on getting the ball upfield as quickly as possible, knowing that if they can catch out and take advantage of a couple of their defenders just lagging behind, then they're the moments that they will be able to seize their chances and get themselves that elusive goal, the one that's really not coming their way. Coming up against a team that are one of the best teams in Africa, of course. When you look at what they've achieved, and you just realize just how what kind of a team you've got here with Morocco, and what they've done, having qualified for World Cups in the past. And I think that it just shows us that just qualifying for the 2018 World Cup in Russia, before the last time in 1998, where they finished 18th. Never got out of the group stage. But no, besides 1986, that was in Mexico, of course. They managed to get out of the group stage on that occasion. But then they lost 1-0 to West Germany in the last 16. West Germany going all the way to the final, losing to Argentina. Diego Maradona. That's what it was all about, wasn't it? .13 minutes remaining here for this Group I encounters. Match day 5, African World Cup qualifying for Qatar 2022. Morocco already qualified as El Kaabi tries to latch onto the loose ball and do something with it. 4 goals already, providing us with some fireworks. It's called a brace against Guinea-Bissau on match day 3. Scored one of the goals in the 5-0 victory on match day 2. And then one of the goals against Guinea in that 4-1 victory on match day 4. Flag's gone up. And the changes, Ashraf Ben Sharki's going to come on, who's former Casablanca player. Here's El Kabi, bit of space, holds it up beautifully. Luz tries to float one over to El Haddadi. Pick the ball up. It's good work. El Kabi. Strong challenge. Very strong challenge. The referee might want to stop the game momentarily because it was a 50-50 challenge, but you just heard the full force of that, that collision. Well, that was the challenge. Yeah, Amir, the follow through there, and El Haddadi. There's the man who's provided us with the 2 goals tonight, Ryan Mamey. And who's caused this man a little headache. Sudan start off with their first clash against Algeria. Algeria A, B, whatever you like. Think that it's going to be a strong Algerian team. They want to hold their record and they want to win the Arab Cup. There's no doubt about it. But the 1st of December is the first clash for them. And then 3 days later, 4th of December, Egypt against Sudan. Sudan against Lebanon on the 7th of December to complete the group stage. We're only talking, what, 3 weeks? Less than that.
Don't ballon là-bas, eh.
Alihodzic saying, give them back the ball. Come on. Nice. Chest down by Morzamil. Into the midfield. Wally Eldin. And the work rate in the midfield as they try and battle for it. Amrabat getting snagged marginally. 3 players will come on and 3 will leave us. So who will those players be? And the Moroccan team. El Haddadi. I think Ben Sharki's logically going to come on and replace him in that position. So that's number 9. There he is. And Hakimi will go off. And that means that Chibi will come on to replace Hakimi. Just over 8 minutes to go. Morocco sitting on a 2-goal cushion, comfortably in this position, comfortably looking and heading towards their 5th straight win. Barkok going off for Alakouche. Alekush, the Mets player, of course. Then that'll be his first match playing for Morocco. And the ball comes to the right-hand side. Here is Boal. That's a big challenge, that is, from Faris. But went for the ball. And Boufal down on the deck. And the linesman didn't react either. Oh, Boufal's absolutely fine. And I think Faris is upset that he's back up on his feet and there's absolutely nothing. And then he looks towards him as if trying to make the gesture that there was a push.
Hey, fais changement, Boufal, hey.
Well, if there was any contact, that could have been very nasty, but he just managed to jump out of the way and get himself away from the danger. Sofiane Alekush, as I mentioned before, there's Abdelrahman who's gone off. He's been replaced by New. Another player who has gone through the... Well, there is Boufal, the Angers player, putting in a very good shift with Elias Shahir, who's come on to. Free kick, Sudan with a chance to find the back of the net. Elias Shahir, just the Queen's Park Rangers player, 24 years of age. This will be, what, his 6th match, I think, playing. Another player who's born in Antwerp, born in Belgium. Just like Ryan Mamey. There's the foul for the free kick. And a chance to try and grab a goal. I think Saleh Heldin will take this. I think that he's got a monster shot on him. Maybe not. There's Messina just calling over. Make sure that they're in a good position to mark tightly. And a long-range effort coming in. Got to really test Yassine Bounou. Hasn't really been tested in the second half. And a good shot coming in from Ahmed. That's not a bad effort. Easily spotted, easily taken. Player who came on to replace Saif Terry early on in the game, who went off with that muscle injury. Into the last 5 we go. Here is Saïs Amrabat. Picked up in the middle and taken forward there by Chibi. Good control from Wali Eldin. Don't want to play with fire. Good pass out to the right-hand side as they try and construct. Through ball, not good enough, blocked. And El Kabi just throws himself into the challenge. Comes up against Saleh Heldin, who's one of the biggest players on the pitch. There's a little smile. It's all good. Last few minutes, you can see goal scorer, Ryan May, 3rd and 62nd minute goals to separate these two teams. Morocco on the cusp of making it 5 from 5, 15 points in total. Faris making sure that wasn't going any no further than that. Well, the clearance. Yeah, good cover play just to get rid of the ball there. Walid coming across and just preventing Luz from going anywhere near it. He's going to try and take a quick corner. There's the delivery into the penalty box. Up comes the captain, Sace, but he can't deliver the same kind of header that he produced that was just centimetres wide of the left post when he rose emphatically to latch onto a decent cross from the other side of the pitch earlier on in the game. Very dangerous though when he goes in search of the high ball. Picked up by Loser again. Square does a good option here. If he can get the ball down, it's a long-range shot. Badly hit there by Chibi. We enter the last minute. Will we see another goal scored? The hand was on Sace. So it makes sense. Ramadan just trying to give himself a bit of space to control the ball as it came forward. And then the illegal arm up, of course, preventing him from going any further with his quest to go towards goal or pass to a teammate to prise open that defence. It's been complicated for Sudan. They have had their chances tonight, but they haven't managed to, well, just finish off the deal. Another good ball down into the left-hand side. Chibi. Good defensive header. Faris. Just a little shove which enables Sudan to get the free kick. 3 minutes of added time. Al Noor upfield. Little spring header. It's a good opportunity this is. Well, I don't think that there was a foul there. Just thought that he didn't manage to take the ball forward just after he controlled it well. Excellent opportunity that was. That's a good ball through as well, and he's onside, but that's gone a little bit too far. Still trying to keep the ball in play. This is a good opportunity. This is, and the shot. Well, it's gone high. Ahmedou's working his magic. Amrabat coming across, but a little bit unlucky there, Mouzamil. If he'd have just stayed on his feet, then that could have been a different scenario. Two competitions for Hubert Velud. The Arab Cup and the Africa Cup of Nations with Sudan. It's going to be great for him. Frenchman, 62 years of age, 7 years younger than Halilhodzic. Offside. Miles offside, El Kabi. Velud played for Reims and Chalon-sur Marne. But it's the teams that he coached. He's been a coach since '89. So what's that, 11, 30, 32, 33 years now. TP Mazembe, CS Constantine, CS Sétif, Togo, Étoile de Sahel in Tunisia, JS Kabylie up in the hills in Algeria. Ben Sharkey picks the ball up down the right-hand side, the former Casablanca man. There's a good opportunity for a volley. He takes a deflection, in it goes. And there's your goal. It's goal number 3 for Morocco, scored by that man, Loser. And the Watford midfielder celebrates a lucky goal, but they all count at the end. Well, let's just have a look at this again. It was Ben Sharkey who really just pounced on the loose ball, went down towards the byline. That's the ball, perfectly weighted. The volley comes in, and it just sneaks underneath. Saleh held in, I think, and beats the goalkeeper. Well, it wasn't, it won't go down as one of the classiest goals in the history of Moroccan football. At the end of the day, they all count, and that was, well, just a little bit lucky. And there's the final whistle. It's done and dusted. Morocco, 5 out of 5 in qualifying. They're already through to the next round of qualifying for the World Cup in Qatar 2022. But in Group I, the domination continues. The final score here in Rabat, Sudan 0, Morocco 3. Ryan Mamey with a brace tonight, and his first goal scoring for his national team. And Vahid Halilhodzic, well, continues to take this Atlas Lions squad in the right direction. They beat the Falcons of Jedian 2-0 on match day 1 in qualifying. Now they've beaten them 3-0 with a late goal scored by Iham Louza, the Watford midfielder, born in Nantes. Comfortable victory, and they will be very happy with that. Sudan, well, a little bit disappointed. Morocco up against Guinea on match day 6 in 4 days' time. And Sudan will take on Guinea-Bissau in 3 days' time. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you soon for more African football. Good night. Oh, but before we do, let's just take a look at the standings that'll be coming up in a moment, and then we'll get an idea of how things have panned out for Morocco. You'll be pretty impressed with what they've achieved. Just adding 3 more goals onto their 14-strong tally, 17 goals in total. And, well, it's good to see that we've got another player who's adding goals to his tally. It's Ryan May. And the Ferencváros forward scoring his brace tonight. And this is the scenario. Morocco top with 5 wins from 5. Guinea-Bissau just with 5 points in second place ahead of Guinea and Sudan. Thanks very much for watching. Match day 6 coming up in the next few days, so we look forward to seeing you then. Bye-bye.
Cool.